Good day, students. So, if you're seeing this, it's because you filled out an incomplete form, and I'm going to go over the process for dealing with that. So, here we go. On the materials page, that's where I am for the course. There's the document for the incomplete form, and you can click on this, get the form. Most of you did and filled it out, submitted it already. Also, in there was a link to a letter with instructions. And so we'll let that load here for a second. So that's here. It's also here. Two different places. When you click on that, it'll open up this set of instructions. So with that, here's how you're going to get support with your assignments while you're working on them over the break. And actually, the overview of what you can do. We'll talk about that, and also when all that stuff is due. So, first of all, how can you get help? Well, so I'm going to have one support session, and it is going to be either Thursday or Friday from 9 to noon. I believe it's Thursday. They're not quite sure, but I'll send out a note once I have that information. I'll also post that to Schoology. So that's going to be my one support session. If you got an incomplete form that said I was going to be offering support from 9:30 till 11 every day, that is actually I'm not going to be able to do that. But instead, hold on, honey. Hold on, honey. Daddy's talking. So just a moment, and then I'll talk to you. So we will not be able to have those sessions with me, except for this one listed right here. Instead, the district office, not the whole district, but the local district, the West area, is going to have office hours pretty much every day for most of the day, which is pretty cool. And they're staffed by current and former teachers. Summer break hair. Gotta love it. So let me let this load and I'll show you what this is all about. So you could, if you had a hard time with an assignment, you could take it here to them. Now, I don't know how many of the folks who work at the district office are science folks, but I would imagine that there are some. If there aren't, and you go there, and you aren't able to get help, document that. Like write down who you spoke to, when, what day, that kind of thing, and then send that to me in an email, and I can send that to my boss at school and say, hey, there's nobody who actually does physics. And then they'll probably let me have some personal office hours where it's me helping physics students, because physics is kind of a rare class. Okay, so this is the first week. This is this week. Sorry. No, it's not. This is last week. So this is this week. So there's office hours today, Monday, from 8 to 4, and then again from 6 to 10. So somebody is going to be live manning this or womaning this Zoom right here. Okay, you can just click on this link right here, and there's going to be somebody there who is there to help students, and quite possibly multiple somebodies. Okay, so you can go there for help Tuesday 8 to 6, Wednesday 8 to 4. Obviously, Christmas holiday, no one's going to be there, but after Christmas, and even on the weekend from 8 to noon. And then the week after that, look at this, Monday 8 to 10, Tuesday 8 to 10. I mean, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're there early in the morning and late at night, taking Thursday and Friday off because the holiday again, New Year's, and then again, weekend. And look at this. All right. First week in January, all right, this is the last week of our holiday, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then mornings on the weekend. Okay, so they're going to be doing this that entire break, all right, providing support. So that's how you can get some help. What do you need to do, and when is it due? So what do you need to do? Well, if your goal is to get a C and you currently have a D or an F, you need to do well enough on your assignments to bring your grade up to a C. If you have an F and you'd rather have a D, you need to do well enough on your assignments to bring that up to a D. So how does that work in my class? Well, you have to show understanding of the material. A D shows that you are starting to understand, and a C shows that you have basic understanding, right? That you could do, say half the problems, explain half the topics, things like that. It means that you're getting a score of 2. So how do you get there? Well, you can take any of the quizzes that you haven't already taken. You can retake quizzes that you haven't already retaken. You can take exams that you haven't taken. All right? Those would be the first things to do. You can also complete lab assignments. You can do flipping physics. And so how do you know like what to do? Well, so the easiest thing to do is to go back onto Schoology and go into the stuff that you're missing. So probably the quickest, most effective things to do would be take tests and quizzes, but you really just need to make up the stuff that you missed in brief. Hi, baby. When daddy's talking, you got to say, excuse me, okay? All right. So going back to the materials page, you can go through the weeks. Daddy needs just a minute. Oh, look at that. So you can go back through the weekly folders and see what you're missing. You can also go into the grade book and see which assignments you haven't completed and go from there. If you would rather see just like tests and quizzes, I think you can click right here and just see tests and quizzes. This is my view. I'm not sure what your view looks like, but I would imagine you can do something like that. And yeah. So if you're getting scores on tests and quizzes of, say, 2s and 3s, then that's good. That's C level. With that, you want to make sure that you also, your grade was composed of notes. So that was a learning target. Learning target on forces, another one on 1 and 2 dimensional motion, and one on math or physics. So if, for say, you don't have any notes, you're going to get a 0 in that. Excuse me, Dad, can I have it? Excuse me, you need to ask me before you open it. You can bring it over here and put it down. And I'm going to think about it, okay? Next time, you have to ask me before you open it, honey. So, go play, and I'll let you know in a minute. Oh, then the answer is going to be no. Daddy, I want it. I know you want it. I'll eat it. Okay, well. I want you to eat it now. Okay, you have to listen to what I told you. Okay, you can come back in a minute and ask me. The answer right now is going to be no. 3 years old, learning the rules. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, finding materials. So there's 4 learning targets. Remember, if you have a 0 in your notes, you need to get above 2s in all the rest of them in order to get a C. Right? If you had a 0, all right, we can put this up here. So say you had a 0 in the notes, a 1 in forces, a 1 in kinematics, 1 and 2 dimensional motion, and a 2 in the math. Now, if you add all those things up, what you end up with is you end up with a 4, and you divide that by 4 because there's 4 learning targets, and that equals 1. That's a D. All right. So in order for you to get to a C level, you would instead need to do something like this. Right? Complete at least half of your notes, and so therefore get a 2 in the notes. Say you got a 1 in 1 and 2 dimensional motion, but you got a 2 in force, and you got a 3 in math for physics. Well, you add all of those up, and you're going to end up with an 8. Divide that by 4, and you get a 2. What's a 2? A 2 is a C. So that's the math for how you do all that stuff. If you have any questions as you're moving along, feel free to let me know. I don't know how much grading I'll be doing of these incomplete things over the break because it's the break and I've got my family to take care of and housing projects that we've been saving up that we're going to work on over the break and stuff like that. So, but your quizzes and tests would get automatically graded, so you should be able to get instant feedback on those, and then get stuff from me as available. You're more than welcome to email me or message me over the break. And again, either Thursday or Friday, January 7th or January 8th, we'll have that that session from 9 to 12. Okay, that I think. Oh, due dates. All right, so let's talk about the due dates for the incomplete form. These dates are really important. You have to turn in whatever assignments from the fall by January 29th. Oops, I don't know why that didn't highlight. All right, 2021, in order for me to grade them. And then I will have between then and sometime in February, I think it's like February 21st, in order to grade those. So I'll have, I think, 3 weeks to grade those and turn in a grade change form if there is, in fact, a grade change. So that's the process. All right. So the important date for you is this one right here, the day before my birthday, January 29th. Okay. All right. I think that covers it all. If you have any questions, you can always email me here, or you can use the Remind app to send me a message straight to my phone. And again, it's on break, so I won't be checking my communication stuff as frequently, but I will answer as soon as I can. All right. Hope you have a great break. Do well on your catching up, and take care.